Hi traders, this is David from Wave Trader, and I want to wish you a new and prosperous year. This is my first recording of the new year, and I'm just going to give you a brief analysis on the major currency pairs against the dollar index. So today is the 5th of January, year 2020. So we're going to have a look at these pairs and see what the new trading week holds for us. So right now I'm on the dollar index, the monthly chart, the time frame, and this is what's going on. So at a glance, you can easily say that the dollar is in an uptrend, which you may be correct, but this is where we are, and what we are looking at is what is happening on a smaller scale. Okay, so but on the larger scale, it's we are in an uptrend, because if we were to plot a trend line like so, you will see that we are in an uptrend. Okay, but I submit to you that this move happening here might go down a little bit further, so that means that you can expect some weakness in the dollar in the next few months. Okay, that is possible, but we are also at an area of intense support right now. So since we operate on probabilities, we can easily say that the market can easily turn around here and continue its upward move, or it still has the potential to go down a little further. And the reason why I can easily say that is because if I were to take my Fibonacci levels from here to here, which is my norm, and I placed my 62% level here with the 55 somewhere in the middle there, okay, then you will see that we have the potential for this market to still come down here. So these are the two scenarios, and we are going to be watching the markets carefully. Now this is the monthly chart, so we don't have to panic, we can still play around here. So having said that, let's focus on the most present candle, which looks like a bullish candle being formed right now. Now let's go down to the weekly chart and see. So now this is the weekly chart. Okay, and on the weekly chart, and you can see here that I haven't plotted my EMAs or MACD here, so please don't be confused. Okay, this red and green arrows represent the EMA crosses for me, and I can trade just as well without the MACD or not, but I'm going to briefly switch over to a template that has the MACD and the EMA, so you can see. So now you begin to see what's going on. Okay, so if you are new to the system, please keep using the EMAs and the MACD on your charts until you get a feel for what is going on in the markets, and then you can begin to trade plainly without these things. All right, so don't get confused. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to my plain template right here. All right, so this was what I did previously. So I put my 62% retracement line here, and I deleted the Fibonacci so that it will not confuse us. Now we are on the weekly chart. So now you can see right off the bat that we have a spinning top information here. And if we look back in time to this point, to this point, to this point, you can see that whenever we have an incidence of a reversal pattern, here being a railroad track, here a hammer, here a spinning top, and here what looks like a spinning top as well, you can see that the market consequently respects that and pushes up. Okay, so we have that possibility here. We are not going to discount that. Now we have a valid wave top situation here, and if that's the case, now remember this is the weekly chart, but okay, I think I have a calculation on somewhere. I'm just going to check that. Let me see. I don't think I have my, okay, probably I don't have my price target calculator here. All right, let's try that again. So if we were to plot our, okay, now we have it. So now if we were to assume that the market still has the potential to go down, and I believe it will, okay, then we have price targets pushing down here, and you can see that our fifth target coincides exactly with our 62%. So that means for those who are investing in the US dollar, then they might want to consider somewhere between the fourth and the fifth target, okay, as a possible profit target area. But now you see we have a spinning top here, and we have to pay attention to that. Okay, so we might plot our profit targets, but that doesn't mean that the market is just going to go down smoothly. I think that there's a possibility of a retracement happening here, and we're going to go lower to have a look. So let's go lower to the daily chart and see. Now this is the daily chart. So if you are new to the course, you can see that by looking at your charts top down from the monthly, it gives you a better understanding of what's happening, so you don't have to make decisions that may negatively affect your outcome. Please do top down analysis from the monthly if possible, but if not, from the weekly, so that you have an idea for the bias. Okay, it's not for you to decide if you want to buy or to sell. It's for you to see which direction that the market possibly is going to go, and then you follow in that direction. Okay, so by coming to the daily chart, I can see easily that the trend is still bearish. Okay, it's bearish. However, we have a pullback or a retracement. Now normally when it retraces this way, if the downward trend is still in effect and it hasn't reversed, then I would say that let us take a retracement from here down to this point, the lowest level. Okay, and I'll just draw the line here at the 62%, and you can see that the market is close to that point. So that means that right now this is what we are looking at. Okay, two scenarios here. Now if the upward trend is beginning to occur, it doesn't really matter, because this move definitely has the potential to get to this line that I drew. And if the trend has reversed to go to the upside based on what we saw from the monthly and the weekly, then that means that we are going to get a wave bottom situation here. And I submit to you that that means that we are expecting something to look like this, pardon my drawing skills, possibly to come down like so. Okay, it might not go as low as this, but the main thing is this: it's not going to get as low as this point. Okay, and if that occurs, and then we can expect the market to continue up. So we'll have a valid wave bottom situation, or a 1, 2, 3 bottom situation. All right, so however, if the trend is going to keep going down, which I somehow think it's going to, then this is just a retracement. Okay, so let's go down to the 4-hour chart and see what we see. Now this is the 4-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart you can see what's been happening. So let's go to the latest candle here. Okay, so by taking our retracement again, let's do it properly this time. So we have our 62% region here. All right, now this is the dollar index, so you can't trade this, but by analyzing this, you have an idea where the major currencies are going, because the currencies that are paired against the US dollar, okay, the currencies like the GBP, the euro, the AUD, if the dollar is going to go up, then those currencies you can expect them to go down. Okay, or basically if the dollar index is going to be bearish or bullish, let's say bullish, then those major currency pairs are going to be bearish. Okay, and those ones that have the USD as their major currencies, like the USD JPY, USD CAD, USD CHF, you can expect them to almost mirror exactly what the dollar index is doing. So for instance, we are saying that this move has the potential to get somewhere in this region, could be higher, could be lower, and then possibly turn around. Okay, if it's going to keep going down, that's what's going to happen. So if we are thinking sell, then we are going to wait for a wave top situation here, something like this. Okay, we'll get a wave top situation here, we'll get an EMA cross, which will be signified by this red arrow, and then we can go short. Okay, so that means for currency pairs like the USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF, we are thinking short. But for currency pairs like the GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, we are going to be thinking buy. Understand? Okay, so now that is the dollar index. I'm not going to spend too long here again. I've spent enough time here, but I hope you were able to grab that. So I'm going to make other recordings and I'm going to show you what's happening on the major currency pairs. But bear this in mind, two scenarios are happening here. Let's go quickly to the daily chart on the USD, the dollar index. So you can see what's happening here. Okay, if it decides to do what it did here, then we can expect a wave bottom situation and for the market to reverse and go up. However, if the retracement stops here and turns around, then you can use your price targets from here, and then you can expect the market to go down. Okay, so you can look at the dollar index and use that to compare and to contrast your major currency pairs, and it will really help you. So thank you very much and happy trading.